Hello students, today we'll start new chapter mathematical reasoning. First topic is statement. What is mathematical statement and what is mathematical acceptable statements? Basically, mathematical statement is such kind of sentences which are either true or either false. Like for example, in 2003, the President of India was a woman. An elephant more than human being. There are two sentences are given. And we know that after reading the sentence, we know that the first sentence is false, but the second one is correct. But if I ask, women are intelligent than men, then this sentence may be true for some persons and may be false for some persons. Hence, the statement is a sentence which is either true or either false. It means any sentence which is true or maybe that is false. But both cannot be simultaneously. Like the women are more intelligent for men. Sometimes the sentence is true but sometimes the sentence is false. So this sentence is not called the statement. Where the previous two sentences, like in 2003, the President of India was woman. We know that this is false and it is always false. So this is a statement. And second one, an elephant weighs more than human being. It is always true. So this is also a statement. Now, a sentence is called mathematical acceptable statement if it is either true or false, but not both. So, whenever we mention the statement means mathematical acceptable statements. For example, the sum of x and y is greater than 0. Okay, it may be true or it may be false. Sometimes it is true if I'm taking x equal to 1, y equal to minus 3, then it is false. But if I'm taking x equal to 1, y equal to 0, then it is true. So, since this sentence is either true or either false, so it is sometimes true or sometimes false. So, it is not a statement, but a sentence which is always true or maybe always false. That are statements. Now, like for example, I'm given more sentences like how beautiful, open the door, where are you going. Since these are not a proper sentence, how beautiful, it is having explanation mark, it may be true, it may be false. Okay, it is not always true and not always false. Open the door, it is a order. Where are you going, it is a question. So these three are not the example of statement. Now, for example, taking tomorrow is Friday. If today I'm talking and if today is Thursday, then obviously tomorrow is Friday. That in that condition it is true. But if today is Wednesday, then tomorrow is Friday, it is false. So this is again sometimes true and sometimes false. So tomorrow is Friday it is again not a statement. Hence, if any sentence contain tomorrow, today, yesterday, such kind of words, then that could not be called a statement. Now, negation of statement. Negation means simply a negative sentence. Like for example, we are given New Delhi city. So the negative sentence is, I can write, it is not a case that Delhi is a city. I can also write that. I can also write like this, It is false that New Delhi is a city, or simply I can say that New Delhi is not a city. All these three sentences are giving the negative information than the given statement. So this all three statements are called negation of the given statement. So it is denoted as dash p or not p. Now the next one is compound statement. It is very clear compound statement is where two statements are joined or connecting with some word like and, or, and I can say hence, since. Any kind of connecting word if joins two sentences or two statements, then that is called compound statement. For example, we are given there is something wrong with the bulb or with the wiring. So this statement is giving us information. There is something wrong with the bulb, or again we are getting the information that there may be something wrong with the wiring. So this is the combination of two statements. So that is called compound statement, that is connected by or. Again, taking another example, like 7 is maybe or 7 is odd or prime number. If I say 7 is odd or prime number, it means 7 is maybe odd or maybe prime. But if I am connecting like this, 7 is odd and prime number, it means 7 is odd number as well as 7 is a prime number. It is again a compound statement that 7 is odd and a prime number. It means 7 is both odd number and as well as a prime number. So those two statement is connecting here using the connection word and. So this connected statement are called compound statement. So any statement which is made up with the two or more statement are called compound statement, and the connecting word could be like and, or, and anything else which is combining both the statement. So this is that the examples are compound statements, and each of the statement and each particular single statement is called the component statement. Now we are having the word and. With the and, suppose I'm given an example, a point occupies a position and its location can be determined. It means there are two components are here. First is a point occupies a position, and second is its location can be determined. Here we can see that both the statements are true. Both the statements are true. It means a point occupied a position, it is also true. And secondly, its location can be determined, it is also true. So the words, any compound statement which is connected with the word and is true when both the components are true. The component statement with and is true if its all components are true. And secondly, if the component statement with the and will be false if any one of the component is false. We are having one more example like A is a mixture of alcohol and a water. Be separated by chemical method. Look at here. Here the and word is not using like a connecting word. Here we don't have two components. So it is not necessary that and is always work as a connecting word or and always gives us a compound statement. It is really not necessary. Sometimes and is used simply to connect only two words as above example. Now with the word or. There are one more example given to us. Two lines in a plane either intersect at a point or they are parallel. It means that there are two components. First is two lines in a plane intersect each other at a point, and second one is two lines in a plane are parallel to each other. Here, only the one part could be true. Both cannot be true at one time. It means if it is true that both the lines intersect each other at a point, then they could not be parallel. And if both the lines are parallel, then they could not be intersect each other. It means in the or connecting word, the compound statement will be true if any one of them is true. Any one of the component is true. An ice cream or a Pepsi is available with a thali in a restaurant. Here we are given an example. An ice cream or a Pepsi is available with a thali in a restaurant. It means with a thali we are offered with two options, ice cream or Pepsi. It means with thali I can take ice cream or maybe I can take a Pepsi. Both could not be given to me. I will choose only one of them. Then such kind of or is called exclusive type or connecting word. Still, the complete statement is a compound statement, but here the or word is the type of exclusive or, where we can choose only one of them. We cannot choose both the option at one time. Now, again we are given one more example. A student who takes biology or chemistry can apply for MSc microbiology program. It means if any student is having biology or maybe only having chemistry or maybe having both biology and chemistry can apply for MSc with microbiology program. In this example, we can see that we are not in the condition that we can choose only one. We must have only one subject. If I am having both the subject, still I can apply for the mathematics biology program. So such kind of or is called inclusive or type compound statements. Now, when we talk about the compound statement with or, the compound statement with or is true when one compound statement is true or both the compound statements are true. It means if any one component is true, then the compound statement will be true. And the compound statement will be false when both the component are false. Okay? Now, we are here with the next word, that is quantifier. Quantifier are some phrases like there exist for all. Now we have listened so many examples, so many sentences with this word. Like for example, we are given that there exists a rectangle whose all sides are equal. It means this sentence of this statement is telling us there must be at least one rectangle whose all sides are equal. And on the other hand, if I am taking for all word, for all or for every value, like second example is given to us, for every prime number p, root p is irrational number. It means if I am taking any prime number p, then root p must be irrational. Root p will always irrational. It means this sentence is for each and every prime number. So this kind of phrases like for every value, there exists for all, for every is called quantifier words. The word and or are called connective words. where there exist and for all are called quantifier words. Here we are having that any mathematical statement may become is containing and or there exist for all such kind of words and may be containing any other word which is combining two or more components for a component statement, and each and every word is having some different meaning with their attached component. Now we are now with the amplification. Here, like we have in the mathematics, we have used these words if, then, if and only if, such of kind of words. Here we are given example. A statement are, if you are born in some country, then you are a citizen of that country. It means that there are two statements. Firstly, P, that is you are born in some country, and Q, that is you are citizen of that country. It means that if P is true, then Q must be true. It means Q will be true if P is true. If P is true, Q will be true. But it does not mean that if P is false, then Q is also false. It does not mean that if P is false, Q is also false. It means that if you're born in some country, then you will be the citizen of that country. You are the citizen of that country. But it does not mean that if you are not born in that country, then you are not the citizen of that particular country. So happening of P implies that Q is also happen, but does not happening of P does not implies that Q could not be happen. P implies Q, also denoted as P implies Q, the symbol fifth is a symbol, and here P is also called the sufficient condition of Q. It means Q will be happen if P is happening. Q will be happen if P is happening, and P only if Q. It means that P will be there if only Q is happening. Like we can say that any number is a multiple of 9 if and only if it is a multiple of 3, otherwise not. Now Q is called a necessary condition of P. It means, like for the last example, if you are born in some country, it means Q is necessary condition. You are the citizen of that country. Then that's why maybe you are born in that country. You born in that country. So Q is called necessary condition, P is called sufficient condition, and negation of Q implies that negation of Q. It means Q is not happening, it means P is also not happening. As the last example, if you are not the citizen of some particular country, it means you didn't born in that country. Now we come to the next topic, that is contrapositive and converse. Here we are given example. If a physical environment changes, the biological environment changes. Here it is the word we are using, if and then. Then in the compound statement, the if and then word will be at the same position, but the component, that is the physical environment changes, and second component, biological environment changes, will be replace each other. So the resultant is, if the biological environment does not change, then the physical does not change. In the contrapositive, we will change both the components position with the negations. like as the above example. And always make sure any given statement and the contrapositive statement will always have the same meaning. There are one another example. P is a statement given that if a number is divisible by 10, then it is divisible by 5. Converse just simply means that we are changing the position of both the component. If we are changing the position of both the component with the negation, then that is called contrapositive. If we are only changing the position of both the component, then that is called converse. That is Q. Q is if a number is divisible by 5, then it is divisible by 10. We know that it is not necessary. If number is divisible by 5, then it is divisible by 10. If suppose I am taking 5 is divisible by 5, but 5 is not divisible by 10. So remember that converse statement need not to be true. Converse statement जरूरी नहीं true हो, and it is not similar to given statement, where the contrapositive statement is true and that is just equivalent and similar to given statement, just like this above example. Now, if and only if is represented by a symbol, it means that P, if and only if Q is happening, P will happen if and only if Q is happening. Again, Q will be happen if and only if P is happen. And we can also say that P is necessary and sufficient condition for Q, and Q is also necessary and sufficient condition for P. Now, for example, if a rectangle is a square, then all its four sides are equal. It is a statement P. And second statement Q is if all the four sides of a rectangle are equal, then the rectangle is a square. We know that both the statement P and Q are equivalent to each other. Both are correct. If P is happening, then Q will also be happen. And if the Q is happening, it means P will also be happen. So we can mention as like that a rectangle is a square if and only if its all the four sides are equal.